Hello there. The Mandalorian Chapter 12. Okay, now this one is by far my favorite episode so far. I don't want to get into spoilers because it actually is truly enjoyable, but the banter between Baby Yoda and Mando at the very beginning is rather humorous. They actually were able to show more of a father talking to a little child, or when you basically try to discuss with your dog. It kind of was that kind of dynamic. It was very humorous and very enjoyable. Then we get reintroduced to characters that we have enjoyed in the past, and honestly, it felt so good to see them once again, because it brought back a whole bunch of the enjoyment that I had from them the first time around. And it seems as if they're trying to introduce another cute creature, yet this time for another character, which honestly I wouldn't mind. Having a little pet for someone always has appealed to me. It always seemed enjoyable for a main character to have some kind of pet that seemed to cling on to them. If you look at basically Momo and Appa from Avatar: The Last Airbender, it always brings some joy to have those kind of pet and owner mentality in some shows. So it was humorous for me to see that, and I was hoping to actually get more of that because I was getting tired of Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is getting overly played out, and that's something that they do in this episode. They basically have a part where Mando leaves a Baby Yoda with a few children, and they spend too much time on that scene. And the first thing I noticed in that scene was, out of all the children there, the only one that wasn't human was Baby Yoda. I would have expected at least a Twi'lek child or something a little more humanoid, or something that was completely an animatronic, or a stuffed animal put in a place just with like a robotic head to nod back and forth, just so we could have a variation of something other than a human. It's getting tiring for a galaxy that's so vast and so wide to only have humans in it. However, they did introduce a new character dynamic. They basically brought the C-3PO position back. Basically the one character who isn't really liked by anyone and is pushed around all over the place. It was nice to actually have that character. This episode could be seen as filler easily. However, it did make sense with how the last episode ended. His ship was falling apart. It wasn't very well put together, so that he landed to get it repaired once again. So this time around I was alright with it. And as for payment to get it repaired, he had to help his old friends out on a mission to basically destroy an old Imperial outpost. There are no real surprises that come of it. They do reveal a lot of what the story is, basically why they wanted Baby Yoda. Well, possibly why they wanted Baby Yoda. They bring back certain characters from the beginning and reveal their purpose as to what they were doing, or aspects about it. We don't entirely know, but we see glimpses of what was going on. And this is a more action-packed episode. More like what the last one was, what 11 was, where they were raiding a ship. This one's basically a base. However, instead of the three Mandalorians taking lead and Mando staying behind, which made no sense to me in the last episode, this one, all four characters literally took focus, except for the C-3PO knockoff, who was basically being pushed around, pulled around to where he needed to be, and ordered to do tasks which he was afraid to do, just for the sake of humor. And it's always nice to have a character you can kick around for the sake of humor. And then basically after the base, they go into a Fast and the Furious scene where nothing but a car chase, really. It's enjoyable to watch. There wasn't much humor behind it. There wasn't much action behind it. However, I did love the sounds. They were so reminiscent. The TIE Fighter especially. It reminded me of Star Wars. Flat out Star Wars. All the sounds seemed to be directly from Star Wars. I kept imagining Darth Vader's voice in my head going, "I have him now." I enjoyed that because the sounds were so perfect. They were so much the original TIE Fighter sound. Not changed to make it similar to TIE Fighters, but a more futuristic style of TIE Fighters. No, it was the original TIE Fighter sounds. After all that happens, basically, I am getting tired of seeing the same gosh darn X-Wing pilots all over the galaxy. It is starting to get on my nerves. They are everywhere. How are they everywhere? It makes sense. that we follow Mando from planet to planet, but how is it these same exact X-Wing pilots are on those same exact planets? The odds of that happening are... I need a droid to do that for me, with how many planets there are, how many systems there are, how many pilots there are. It just doesn't make sense. Why is it always these guys? Just swap out an actor. Get someone else in there to do the lines. Please, because it's starting to get annoying. But I did like the episode. That's pretty much all I have to say about the episode, except for all you nerds out there, I don't want to spoil anything, but did those statues at the very end remind you of Cybermen? Because that's the first thing I thought of, was Cybermen. When I saw that, I was a little confused, and then I was wondering, is this the experiment they were working on, or is this literally just Cybermen? I'm not sure. That's just what I got. I'm guessing whoever designed it was looking at a Cyberman when they designed it, because they are very similar. But I guess when you're doing that sort of style, there's only so much you can do. But that's the feeling I got. All right, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodles!